I'm joined today on Primetime Local News by an author who is currently living in the Moose Lake area and grew up right around that spot. We are so happy to welcome Carmen Kissel-Verrier to our show today. Thank you so much for joining us, Carmen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, Carmen, I'm really excited to talk to you today about your book, The Butcher Shop Girl. This looks just like it's an incredible story. I mean, it basically is your life story, and just looking at the information that was sent to me, it looks like such an incredible tale. Can you tell me why you decided to write this book?
Yes, thank you. That's a question I get asked often. I would say the number one reason I decided to write this book, The Butcher Shop Girl, is because I've had just a really interesting coming of age period in my life, and a lot of pressure from a lot of good friends and family to write that story. And I just felt like I didn't have enough courage to do that for the last 20 years. I wanted to keep those parts of my life kind of hidden away forever. And I learned that if I could overcome that and share, that it would probably be a really great read for other people to read. And so far, it's been a pretty wild ride, and the response has been really great.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about the story? First of all, how the title relates to your life, and then a little bit about the story, as much as you can kind of give away?
Yes, so there's a lot of major themes in this story, largely persistence and resilience in a coming of age journey for a young person. So I would say, to not give too much away, I take readers on a journey from what it's like to grow up in rural prairie Alberta, the gloriousness that comes from the prairies. It's my home, and agriculture is such a big part of my family, as well as I introduce to them what it's like to be a butcher shop kid growing up in that environment. And then I take them into just a regular girl's life of dealing with a family that's divorced and struggling to get along with her mother, who's her primary caregiver, and all of the challenges that that leads me to going forward. So I make a lot of interesting life decisions that prove to be very lucrative and adventurous and dangerous even. And I take people on a journey from the prairies to Miami Beach to South America to living in Houston, Texas, and everything in between.
Well, Carmen, how long was the process to actually get the book together? I know that you said you based this on an earlier life, obviously, so you did allude to the fact it took some time for you to actually even be able to put the words to paper. But once you were at that point, what was the process like, and how long did that take?
Yes, I would say it was a good 3 years by the time I had enough of a working manuscript composed and ready to start the developmental edit processing, copy editing, and then finding that perfect publishing house to take it live. So I'd say 3 years from start to finish, from deciding to have enough gumption to do it, then sitting down to do it, then finding that right publishing house, which I found in Friesen Press, Canada. So it was very important for me to find a Canadian publisher if I could, and I'm just so thrilled with how it's worked out. We've been live and online on all the major sale platforms for about 2 weeks now, and I've copyrighted 2020. So I just feel like 2020 was a tough year for everyone, but this is a real bright spot in my life.
How has the reaction and the reception been to your book? And is that something that is a little bit scary when you release something that, you're basically opening your whole life up for people to read? How has the reaction been, Carmen, and have you been surprised?
Yes, it's shocking, actually. When you share vulnerable parts of your own story and your own life, you'd be surprised who shares back. And all of the positive praise that we've received is just so shocking, I guess, to me. It's very humbling. It makes me very happy. The initial reviews are just super sensational. I'm so impressed with the formal professional reviews that are coming in. I even had some pre-praise shared with me from some celebrities like Brett Kissel. So I just have to tell everybody that I've got these 500 copies in finally that everybody's been waiting for. They're pre-sold and out the door very, very soon. I just got them this morning. But on it, we have a Brett Kissel review right at the top. So we're really proud to share that with everyone, and just so thankful that everybody's been so supportive so far of The Butcher Shop Girl. Thank you. It means so much to me.
Well, now, Carmen, before we let you go here, if people are wanting to get the book, you know, now's a good time for a Christmas gift, or people are stuck inside because of the pandemic and looking for new things to read, what is the best way for people to get a copy of your book?
Well, unfortunately, I find due to COVID, shipping times are really unpredictable and hard to navigate. This book order that I had that's pre-sold took so long to get here. So I recommend that everybody, if they're looking for a gift for Christmas or just to get it in time for themselves, to please order from the official website, which is thebutchershopgirl.com. I find iBooks is really quick. I mean, you can get a digital e-reader version right on your phone, ready to go in seconds for under $8. So that's a really nice option too for e-readers or anybody who's a minimalist and they don't typically maybe want to own an actual physical copy of a book. So you can head to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Indigo Chapters, right, any retailer you can think of has it right now. iBooks is my favorite display, and if you want it real speedy and before Christmas, you'll want to get it from the website, thebutchershopgirl.com.
Well, Carmen, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate this. We wish you continued success with your book, and who knows, maybe there'll be even a movie option in the future. So we hope that you keep in touch with us and let us know how things are going.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support.
Thank you, Carmen.